Hello and namaste. This is a short practice to help you wake up and get going in the morning. So we'll start from standing. And we'll just start by swinging the arms against the hips. You can let your feet come out a little wider than hips distance. And if this causes any strain in your knees, you can lift the opposite heel as your torso rolls to the other side. Sometimes this is called bored child's pose. Not to be confused with child's pose. Very good. Now shake out your arms. And we'll start with the feet. And just begin to roll around on the feet. Rolling onto the toes, and then over to the inside of the left foot and the outside of the right foot, and then onto the heels, and then onto the inside of the right foot and the outside of the left foot. Just going around in a circle on the perimeter of the feet that way, and then rolling the other way a few times, making a connection between the floor and the foot so that we can feel nice and grounded. And now prepare to lift the right foot by really grounding into the left foot, feeling that whole circuit of energy, Mother Earth energy coming up through the sole of the left foot, all the way up through the leg, the hip, the shoulder. And then when you don't need the right foot anymore, you can lift it off the ground and bring the right side parallel to the floor, and then extend that right foot rather out in front of you and flex, point, flex, rotate the ankle in one direction several times and rotate the ankle in the other direction several times. Then bring the knee back up and rotate the leg out to the side. We can take a short tree pose here. And then lower everything down. Shake that leg out. We'll do the same sequence on the other side. So find a connection between the sole of the right foot and the floor. Let that energy from Mother Earth move strongly up through the sole of the right foot, through the right leg, all the way through the torso, the shoulder. And when you're nice and grounded on the right foot, lift that left leg up so that the left thigh comes parallel to the floor, and then extend the leg out in front of you. Point, flex, point, and flex. Rotate the foot several times one direction, several times other direction. Bend that leg again. Bring the knee out to the side and find a place to put the sole of the left foot on the inner right leg. If you'd like, you can just put the toes on the floor as a kickstand, or bring them a little bit higher onto the ankle or higher on the calf. Or you can use your hand to bring the foot up onto the thigh. Press the palms together, breathe, and then release. Shake everything out. Maybe you feel a little more alive in the legs. We'll do some leg swings too, to just start to warm up the hips as well. So now just, this always looks like a dance move, but you're swinging the right leg across the body and both arms across the body in a counter move, which helps to connect the two hemispheres of the brain so that you'll be able to think rationally and creatively today. Actually, it's much like walking, which we don't do enough of probably. Take those limbs out, set that right foot down. We'll do the same thing the other side. So begin to swing the left leg across the body and swing both arms in the opposite direction. And breathe. Find a nice, steady, even breath. There's no particular way to breathe, but just make sure you're breathing slowly, deeply, and evenly. Take the last swing and then shake shake everything out, lower it down. Place your hands on your hips, and with your feet a little wider than hips distance, we'll make circles with the hips. First one way, and then the other way. And now we'll begin to wake up the upper spine by placing the fingertips on the shoulders and doing some elbow circles, making some big, juicy elbow circles. That we bring the whole spine into the movement. So as we inhale, we lift the elbows up. As we exhale, we bring the elbows down and forward and flex the spine forward as well. I'm doing an upper spine cat movement as we come forward. And then arching backward into sort of an upper spine, full spine, if you will. Cow movement as we bring the elbows back. And now let's go the other way with the elbows. Breathing them in and up. And exhaling them back and down. Make big, juicy circles. Bringing the whole spine into the movement. And now we'll work the brain, wake the brain up a little bit more. Building some circuits across strengthening the corpus callosum that connects the two hemispheres of the brain by moving the elbows in the opposite direction. So first bring them out in front of you, then bring one up and one down, and then circle them back around. Trying to make this movement smooth. Now switch directions. And sometimes it gets harder when you switch. Sometimes you try to switch back to the original movement, and it just takes a little practice. And then it becomes, and those circuits are established, and it's simple, and you got it. Like any habit, you shake the hands out, roll the shoulders one way, roll the shoulders the other way. Now we'll wake up the fingers and the wrists. Let's just kind of make little tiger paws. Roll the wrists, roll them first both to the right and both to the left. I'll make jazz hands. Pull the fingers in, press the fingers away, and pull the fingers in. And with fists, we'll make circles. Notice how this is different, feels different from the claw circles. And now just shake the hands out and lower them down. And we'll work with the cervical spine. So first just turn in your head so that you're looking over your left shoulder. Inhaling back to center. Turn the head so you're looking over the right shoulder. It's a simple movement, but it helps to build flexibility in the neck. Inhale back to center and repeat the movement as you exhale. Look over the left shoulder. Also stretching out the vagus nerve. Inhaling to center, exhaling to the right. And when we stimulate the vagus nerve, inhaling to center. Now make circles with your nose. So as you inhale, roll the nose around up. And as you exhale, bring the nose down and around. And now go the other way with your head. As we stimulate the vagus nerve, which runs along both sides of the throat, we help to bring ourselves into a state of calm alertness, which helps us respond rather than react to the challenges that might arise. And now let's just shake everything out. Nobody's looking, so you can be a little silly. You can even do some little hops. help to wake up. And now that we've sort of warmed up, let's do that bored child swing again. Now that we've warmed the body up, we'll do some sun salutations, and then we will end with some poses on the floor. We'll connect to Mother Earth with more of our bodies so that we are grounded and calm as well as energized for our day. But first, let's just do some simple sun salutations. So first, come to Tadasana with your feet hips distance apart and your arms at your sides facing forward. Stand up nice and tall. And on an inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Look up at your thumbs. Exhale to swan dive forward, folding at the hip crease. Coming down into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Inhale to lift up halfway. Make the spine nice and long. Exhale to plant the hands and step back to downward facing dog. And you can keep your knees bent in this first downward facing dog. And that might help you to keep your spine nice and long. But yearn the heels toward the floor. Breathe deep into the lower abdomen. And keep your breath nice and smooth. Take a last inhale here. And as you exhale, bend your knees deeply. Look forward between your hands, preparing to step forward. And on your next inhale, step forward to the top of your mat or up to your hands. Lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, fold into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Inhale to lift the torso, reach the arms up. And exhale to lower your arms to your sides to Tadasana. We'll do a couple more of these. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Look up at your thumbs. Exhale, swan dive forward with a nice long spine. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Spine parallel to the floor. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to downward facing dog. And you can walk your dog if you'd like, bending one knee and reaching the opposite heel toward the floor. And then bending the other knee and reaching the other heel toward the floor. Press down through the roots of your index fingers. Spread your fingers wide. Take a last inhale. Whenever it comes, just inhale. And exhale, bend your knees, look forward, prepare to come forward. Inhale to step forward towards your hands, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. So you come into standing forward bend, elbows can come out to the side. Inhale, lift the torso, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, lower your arms to your sides to Tadasana. One more like this. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward. A nice long spine. Inhale, lift up halfway. Spine parallel to the floor. Exhale, plant the hands and step back to downward facing dog. And make sure that your feet are about 4 to 6 inches apart. Your toes are turning slightly more than your heels. Your spine is long. And if that requires keeping your knees bent, that is perfect. Perfect. Now, whenever your next inhale comes, going to just inhale. And whenever the next exhale comes, bend your knees, look forward, and prepare to come forward. And then inhale to step forward to your hands. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, keeping the spine as long as you can. Inhale, lift the torso, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, lower your arms to your sides to Tadasana. We're going to take a slightly different sun salutation sequence, and we'll add Warrior A. So just follow me. As you inhale, bend your knees into chariot pose, sweep the arms up, look up. As you exhale, straighten the knees or keep them bent, fold forward, coming into Uttanasana. Inhale to lift up halfway, coming onto the fingertips or lifting the hands off the floor. Exhale to step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, you can step that left foot in toward the midline and then lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale to step that right foot forward toward the hands. You're on railroad tracks, not a tightrope. Make sure to lower the left heel to the floor and turn those left toes out about 45 degrees to the side. On your next inhale, lift up to Warrior A. Press the palms together, look at the thumbs. Exhale, sweep the hands to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the left leg up to three-legged dog. Press that left heel up and back. Exhale to step the left foot forward toward the hands. Lower the right heel down and make sure that the right toes are about 45 degrees from midline. On your next inhale, lift the torso, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale to lower the palms to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog and breathe. And scan your body in downward facing dog and notice any areas of the body that are not required for the posture, such as your jaw, that might be trying to help out somehow. And then allow those areas to relax. On your next exhale, whenever it comes, bend your knees, look forward, prepare to come forward. And as you inhale, step forward to your hands, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, fold Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale to straighten the legs and lower the arms to Tadasana. We'll take one more like that. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up, make the arms nice, strong, and straight. Exhale, fold forward. You can keep your knees bent or straighten them. Inhale to look up halfway and lengthen the spine, coming up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch the right leg up and press it back. Exhale, step that right foot forward towards your hands. Bring the left heel down and in, preparing for Warrior A. As you inhale, lift the torso, reach the arms up. Press the palms together, look up. Exhale, sweep the arms down, palms to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch the left leg up and press it back. Exhale, step that left foot forward. You're on railroad tracks and you're lowering that left heel, turning the right toes out, or right heel, or turning the right toes out. Inhale the torso up, reach the arms up, press the palms together, look up, Warrior A. Exhale, lower the palms to the mat, step back, downward facing dog, and breathe. Again, notice if there's any tension in the body that you can release here. When you breathe in, just breathe in. When you breathe out, just breathe out. And on your next exhale, whenever it comes, bend your knees, look forward, prepare to come forward. And as you inhale, step forward towards your hands, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, fold over your legs, coming into standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend your knees, sit back in your heels, sweep your arms up, look up. Exhale, straighten your legs, lower your arms to your sides, Uttanasana. And now we're going to take a standing posture called pyramid pose. So, if you will, step your right foot straight back, about one leg's length apart. Straighten your left leg and sweep your arms behind your back. Clasp your hands together. Draw your shoulder blades toward one another so you're retracting your shoulder blades. And if they kind of hiked up by your ears, as mine tend to do, lower them down away from your ears. So they're rolling them in, retracting them, and you're depressing them, lowering them down. Take a nice deep breath in and lengthen through your spine. Engage your core. And as you exhale, fold forward over that left leg. Come down about halfway. Draw the belly in toward the spine. Lift the pelvic floor. Draw it in and up. And on your next exhale, if you'd like, you can go deeper into the posture, knowing that you'll have to come out eventually. And if your toes are gripping or if there's any excess tension in the tops of the feet, see if you can release that while you're keeping the engagement of your core and you're keeping your breath slow, even, and deep. And you're keeping the shoulders pressing away from your ears and your shoulder blades drawing together. On your next exhale, get really strong through that back leg and strong in your core. You're going to prepare to come up here. And as you inhale, press down through both feet and lift your torso all the way up to standing. And as you exhale, step that right foot forward, release your hands and shake them out. Now sweep your arms up alongside your ears. As you exhale, clasp your left wrist with your right hand and lean your torso over to the right. Breathe into the left side ribs. Think of them as an accordion opening up as you inhale and closing as you exhale. On your next exhale, ground down through your legs and your feet. And as you inhale, lift your torso back up to center. And as you exhale, sweep your arms down to your sides, shake them out. Now we're going to take pyramid pose on the other side. And if you'd like, you can take the same hand position as you took last time, sweeping your hands behind your back. Or you could try a different hand position. You could clasp your elbows behind your back. Or if you have reverse namaste as part of your practice, you could take reverse namaste. I'm having a little trouble accessing it myself today. I think I will take elbow clasp position. And so on your next inhale, step the left foot back, keeping it hips distance apart from the right leg. So you're stepping back on train tracks, not on a tightrope. That's about, it's a little less than a leg's length back behind you. Now lift up through the pelvic floor, draw the low belly in, get nice and tall. And as you exhale, fold forward over that right leg. First, just come down halfway. Get long through the spine, lift the belly in toward the spine. And if you'd like, you can go deeper into the posture. Keep breathing. Keep drawing the shoulder blades together behind your back. Keep your belly muscles drawing in and up. Relax your toes. Relax your jaw. Take a last exhale here, getting strong through both feet and both legs. And as you inhale, lift all the way back up to standing. And as you exhale, step forward, coming back into Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up alongside the ears. Exhale, clasp the right wrist with the left hand. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, lean to the left. And breathe into the right ribs. Keep your core engagements, but let the breath be slow, deep, and even. Take a last exhale in this side bend posture. Really root down through both feet. And then as you inhale, lift back up to center. And as you exhale, lower your arms to your sides. Now we'll take a half vinyasa to get down to the floor. So inhale, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to down dog. And then inhale. And then exhale, lower the knees. Come to standing on your knees. And we'll do just one back bend here. We'll do camel pose. And if you have a version of camel that's in your regular practice and you want to go ahead and take it, you can. I'll cue a variation where we're up on the balls of the feet to make the heels a little more accessible. If you feel any pain in your knees, you can fold your mat over or place a blanket underneath the knees, and I encourage you to do so, as I am. So once you've made your decision about your version of camel and you've placed your feet the way you want them and your mat the way you want it in relation to your knees, root down through the knees, the shins, the feet. Get very strong in the legs. Engage the thighs isometrically and lift up through the crown of the head. So your spine is lengthening out of that rooting of your legs. Now place your hands where your back pockets might be, if you had them, alongside your sacrum. Draw your shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, begin to look up toward the ceiling, reaching your hips forward, your gaze upward. You're reaching your thighs, your hips forward as you continue to reach your head back, and you're bending your whole spine backwards as if you're bending over a large beach ball. You can stay with your hands on your glutes if you like, or you can bring your fingertips to your heels if you like. Make sure that your neck is not bending more than the rest of your spine, that the back bend is equally distributed through the lumbar, the thoracic, and the cervical spine. Take a last exhale, rooting down strongly through the legs and the feet. And as you inhale, lift back up to center. And as you exhale, come to sitting on your heels. Now we'll just take a couple of closing postures to release the spine and prepare for Shavasana. First, we'll just take a twist. So come to a simple seated position. You can sit on a prop if you have one available. Lift up your hips a little bit higher than your knees. And once you have your comfortable seat, inhale to lengthen up through your spine, and exhale to twist your torso to the right. Place your left hand on your right knee and your right hand behind you. And as you inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, deepen the twist. If it feels good, you can look out over that right shoulder. And you could stay right here in the twist, deepening the twist as you exhale. Or if you'd like to add a side bend to this twist, you can follow me in inhaling the right arm up and exhaling the left shoulder toward the left knee. As you inhale, if you're side bending, lift back up to center. And then everyone exhale, release to center. And we'll take the twist on the other side. On your next inhale, whenever it comes, get up nice and tall, lift up nice and tall through your spine. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Place the right hand on the outside of the left knee and the left hand behind you. And as you exhale, deepen the twist. And if you followed me into the side bend and you wish to do that again on this side, inhale to lift the left arm up, completely optional though, and exhale, fold the right shoulder toward the right knee. Twisting side bend. If you're in the side bend, on your next inhale, lift up, and everyone as you exhale, release to center. And now we're going to take a forward fold. Forward folds are an excellent way to begin to close the practice out. They help us dedicate our practice to something outside ourselves. We're lowering our heads and submitting our egos to something greater than ourselves. And so that you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to turn back into profile view and extend my legs out in front of me. We'll take Paschimottanasana. So root down through the sitting bones, lift up through the crown of the head. And on an exhale, bow forward from the hips, reaching the spine long over the legs. Only come down until you feel the very first tug or strong sensation, and then breathe there. And as you breathe, something may release. Maybe you feel the tension in your hamstrings, maybe you feel it in your low back. You can stay wherever you are, or if it feels safe and comfortable to do so, you can exhale to deepen into the posture, keeping a strong engagement, an isometric engagement in the legs, in the hamstrings, in the quadriceps, in all parts of the legs can help to train your neurology to release more into the posture. Wherever you are, take a last exhale. And then with a strong core, inhale to lift the torso back up. And exhale, come back into seated position. We'll take the yogic seal to seal the practice. So if you will, sweep your arms behind your back, clasp your dominant wrist, and make Jnana Mudra with the dominant index finger and thumb. And on your exhale, bow forward, keeping your wrist clasped, releasing your practice for today. As you inhale, lift back up. And as you exhale, come to a comfortable lying down position. Maybe you're comfortable on your back. Maybe you have a blanket you can cover up with if it's chilly. If you don't like lying on your back for any reason, you can take a meditation in a comfortable seated position or in a chair. Or I'll show you one of my favorite poses, Makarasana. It's a belly down pose. And you place your forehead on your crossed forearms. To me, it feels like a very safe pose because my belly's down. And it also naturally allows the body to breathe diaphragmatically, which is very soothing to the nervous system. If you're following me into Makarasana and it feels good to you, you can let your legs come wider than hips, distance apart. You can let the feet come out to the sides, or the feet can turn in, whichever feels better for your legs, especially your knees. And then whichever posture you've chosen, just allow your weight to drape onto the floor. Allow Mother Earth to support you. Allow your breath to come and go. Allow your body to relax. Let go of any efforting. If it helps, you can think the word let as you inhale, and the word go as you exhale. Or you can just follow your breath. Pick a place where the breath is easy to perceive. Maybe it's at the nostrils, maybe it's in the belly. And follow the inhales and the exhales. The beautiful thing about a yoga practice is it's completely contained. We know it will only last for a certain amount of time. We know that a posture will only last for a certain amount of time. It won't last forever. And that is true of any experience in life. That is true of any emotion we experience. It's true of any thought. We can breathe through anything if we can breathe through our yoga practice. And we can, and we just did. Now begin to make small movements with the wrists rolling and the ankles rolling, just as we did in the beginning of class. Gradually make larger movements. If you're lying down, roll onto one side and curl into the fetal position. The fetal position reminds us that we are always held by Mother Earth, that we are never alone. And then if you're lying down, use your top hand to help you press up to a seat. I thank you so much for coming out, for staying in to practice with me today. I hope you found some renewed vigor as well as some groundedness to help you meet your day with strength and open-heartedness and calm. Namaste.